What's up? Okay, hey guys. In this life hack, I am going to install Easy Builder on a Raspberry Pi, and then I'm going to put something called the EasyB Pi server on here, which turns the Raspberry Pi into an EasyB, so we can control the GPIO from the Raspberry Pi. And then I'm going to connect this robot, its Dynamixel servos, to the Pi, and we're going to control the servos from the Pi. So it's going to be all like running off this thing, which is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to this. So let us begin. Let's start off by looking at the Pi. So here we go. This is the Pi's desktop that I have on my Pi. Now, I'm going to have to clear out a few things because I already have a bunch of stuff installed, like the Raspberry Pi. So let me just, oops. EasyB Pi. Let me remove these folders so I can start from scratch. Yeah, that's good. Let's remove this Easy Builder folder as well. Sweet. Okay, let's make sure I don't have any downloads. I don't. All right. So you guys are going to start off with a Raspberry Pi using a Debian installation. Now, your Debian installation is going to have to be one of the most recent. I think we're running Stretch. Is that right, Joe? Stretch is on this one. If you're trying to run it on an old version of Debian, it's just not going to work. So let's, oops. Let's jump into the website and let's download Easy Builder and EasyB Pi server. Synthium.com and just go to software and let's get Easy Builder for the Pi. There she is. Download. And then we're going to drop into a command prompt here. And if we go into our downloads folder, we're going to see it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back into my main folder for my root home folder. And I'm going to unzip downloads / Easy Builder Pi. There. So now it put it inside of a folder, as you can see here, called Easy Builder Pi. So we don't need this file we downloaded, this one here anymore. So we'll delete that. There. Okay. Now, if you've already followed one of their tutorial videos, one of their life hacks, and you're going to see that in order to install this, I had to install Mono. And if you go back to our software page here, you'll see here that there's a, let's see here under Pi, there's a manual button. We push it. This will tell us how to set up Mono. So you're going to want to follow these instructions, which I've already done. So let's just run it and see if Easy Builder works. So we'll go mono easybuilder.exe. Boom. And we wait while the Pi chugs away. Chugga, 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 chugga. Cool. There we go. So there's Easy Builder Pi. Nice. So let's exit this. Now what we need to do is we need to install what's called the EasyB Pi server. So let's click on Getting Started. And in Getting Started, we're going to see a list of the software and then what hardware we want to use. We're going to turn the Raspberry Pi into a microcontroller. So we're going to choose microcontrollers and we're going to find the Raspberry Pi in this list. There it is. Click on that. And you can see here there's a description saying you can run Easy Builder on the Pi. That's what we just did. And then you can turn the Pi into a server, EasyB server. So we're going to do that. So we'll follow down. There's some descriptions of what that is. Here we go. Download the EasyB Pi file. That's it there. So let's click on it. Boom. So we'll unzip from downloads. The EasyB Pi. Clickety click. and then we can run sudo mono ezb pi.exe. There we go. That looks better because this is the version number is 2019 329. And this is important, this serial port, because we're going to have to use the serial port on the Raspberry Pi to control the Dynamixels, which means we have to tell the Raspberry Pi to use the serial port. So we're going to click escape and exit this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. If we go back to this page we were just on where we downloaded it from, you scroll down, there's going to be a description section that tells you how to use the report, how to configure it. You see it's highlighted this and tells you what commands to run. Okay, so by default, your serial port on the Pi, I think it's configured for like a terminal server. So we have to tell it not to be a terminal server. So you do that by going sudo raspi-config. And then scroll down to localization options. And then go, nope, not localization options, sorry. Interfacing options, boom. And then go to serial. And then turn this to no, so it's you don't want to have login shell. And then set this one to yes, that you want hardware enabled. And then say OK. And then click finish. Now, you might have to reboot, so we'll just do that real quick. And while it reboots, I'm going to change the music because my music is starting to get kind of weird. I didn't notice the music getting weird.
Hey, Chippy, I like it.
Oh, you were liking it?
Yeah.
All right, much better music on. Okay. So we're going to drop back to our command prompt here, and we'll go onto our ezb pi folder, and we're going to launch the Pi server. That's it. So now we're going to also load up another command prompt, and this time we're going to run Easy Builder. No, I think it's an Easy Builder Pi. There we go, Pi. So it's mono easybuilder.exe. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we want to connect to the EasyB Pi server. So I think we might be able to do it by clicking on here and selecting it here. So there it is. We should be able to click connect. There we go. So we've connected to the Pi server. So if we look in the window, we're going to see on the Pi server that it's accepted a connection from essentially from itself. So Easy Builder has connected to the Pi server on itself. It's kind of fun. We can do things like if we first, let's take a look at the debug window here. You're going to see what capabilities the Raspberry Pi says it has. So it might be kind of small for you to read, because I know it's pretty small for me to read here. But, whoa. But it says here, it supports CPU temperature, digital I/O, hardware UART, can stream video, and has native Wi-Fi connectivity. So, oh, it says digital, yeah, digital I/O. So we can do digital ports and stuff too, which is good. I don't know how many digital ports there are on the Pi. Do you, Jer? 20 digital ports? Oh yeah, I have a sheet right here. Let's take a look at this. So this tells us, you can search the internet, but any of those GPIOs can be used as digital ports. But we're not going to use those. We're going to be using the Dynamixel. Okay, So now that we have this, we have to install the Dynamixel plugin. So let's go back to the internets. And we'll go to syntheme.com. And we'll click on Software tab. And click on Manual. And we're going to scroll down to Servo and select Dynamixel. Here it is here. And then we want to download this control. So we'll click this button. Now if you read through here, it'll tell you how to connect it to a controller. We're going to kind of do the same thing. So you're going to see, rather than connecting to D5 and D6, on the Raspberry Pi, we're going to connect it to D14 and D15. So we'll close this down. Okay, let's open up another command prompt and let's install the plugin. So to install the plugin, we're going to go into our downloads folder, and there it is there. It's called 5ED. Okay, so what we do is we go into our Easy Builder Pi folder, and we're going to run mono easy plugin manager. So it's called Easy Builder space plugin manager space, and then we're going to go back 2 folders into downloads, and we're typing 5E, hit tab. There. So we're running this from the Easy Builder Pi folder, because if you don't do that, it's not going to install it into the right folder itself. And then we're going to click enter. And there you go. So it's installed the Dynamixel plugin. Then we'll click add. And under the servo tab here, we should see Dynamixel. There it is. Cool. Okay, so we can now configure Dynamixel. So I don't know on my robot here, I don't know what servos it's connected to. Well, I do, because Jeremy actually made me a list. But we're going to pretend we don't have it, because we're going to try to read from the servos using the Pi. So the first thing I need to do is give the servos proper power, because right now they're hooked up to just this simple cable here. So I need to give these servos power. I'll get some jumper cables. We'll use these 2 colors. Boom. So we can't power the servos obviously off to the Raspberry Pi, because that wouldn't make any sense. And this connector doesn't have like power marked on it. It's just 2 white wires. But it uses what's called ground voltage signal, GVS. You can see like on the EZB, it's got black, red, white. So we know that it's ground, voltage, and then signal at the end. So I'll make ground this color and voltage this color. And now on this side, we have to give it some power. So I do happen to have a adjustable power supply over here. We'll set it for 7.6 volts, 7.7 volts. How many volts do these like? 11.1 volts? Holy, all right, let's do it. There's our 11111 volts. Okay. So now we have to get this to this. So let me see how we're going to do that. You know, Jared, do we have another female barrel jack like this? Can you grab me one? What I'm going to do is I'm going to solder a wire to this, a plug on here. Thank you, sir.
Sorry. Very bouncy. Oh, look at that. You got 4 viewers.
What?
You go.
I go, girl.
That's as much as I had like last week, I think.
Cool. Okay, so here's what I got. Instead of using what I was just going to do with this, get rid of that. Let's go with this instead. So here's a nice extension cable. And what I'm going to do with the extension cable here is I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to solder this barrel jack onto it so that we get power right like this. And then this wire that comes off of it here, we're going to hook this to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so we're going to get the signal from the Pi. So let me draw out what I just talked about. So on the Dynamixel, so pretend that's a servo. Okay, it's going to have positive, a negative, and a signal. What we're going to do is we're going to run the positive, the negative to the barrel jack. Okay, and then we're going to run the signal past that to the Pi. Okay, but the thing is, it can't just connect it to the Pi. Like you can't just lie it on the Pi. You have to connect it to some pins. So according to this, we're going to connect it to pins 14 and 15. So we're going to go 14 and 15. So we're going to do this. There. Okay? Because we want RX and TX connected together, believe it or not. So that is what we're going to do. And we're going to do that with this cable. So to start, so I'll separate this black and white. And I'll make it pretty far, like this far. Boom. And then what I'm going to do here is, because I want these two pins connected together, because I just want to be able to take this and plug it directly into here on those, right like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie these two together. So I'm going to strip this one back, like that, and cut this. And I'm going to put these two together like this. There. So now I can just plug it in and I'll get TX and RX, right? Because this is going to do what we just drew there. It's going to connect these two together. Oh no, I erased my one. Get back there, one. There. Okay, let's get my soldering iron over here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is fix this connection here. So this will be nice and cleaned up and secure. There we go. Of course, as Jeremy always gives me a hard time for, always set your soldering iron to molten lava mode. Make sure it's as like far over to the highest temperature it can possibly go. Over 9,000. Like make it go as hot as it can go, because that's the best way to solder. Especially if you don't like to save tips. Okay, so that's our connection on this side. And on this one, very simply all I have to do is connect it to this barrel jack here. Okay, so we're going to connect this power to the back barrel jack, and then to this one here. Jerry, is it the side or the front for the negative on the barrel jack?
Front.
Okay.
You can tie them together if you want to as well. I usually do that just in case it does. When you plug it in and disconnect something.
Okay, so we're going to tin this up. You know, the front one right here?
Don't remember. I think the side one is the switch.
Oh, side one is like when it's not connected, right? Lets it travel through.
Yeah, if it opens up or something.
Yeah. Oh no, look at that here. There we go. Put the solder away. Okay, let me grab some electrical tape and clean this up. Boom. Okay. So again, this wire that we just created is going to be the wire that's going to connect for my specific application, okay? Because this is, you know, the Dynamixel servos have a different plug on them, right? This is how we have it set up here. But because I've been using this with the EZB, right, it's got these connections. So I'm just going to make a cable so that I can control these Dynamixel servos. Hey, what's up, PTP? It's good to see you, buddy. All right. There we go. Okay. So we should now feel confident that these servos should get power. So what we'll do is we'll plug this in. And on the Pi, we take a look at our little board here. It looks like the first two pins is 5 volts, the third pin is ground, and we need the next 2 pins. So we have to skip the first 3. So let's see if I can zoom in and you guys get some. No focus. Okay, well that's as focus as it's going to get for you. It's better. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I said the first 3, right? So it's going to be 4 and 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There. So that connects my TX and my RX together. Put this away. And now we just have to give it Yeah, PTP. I'm connecting the. So what we've done is we've connected the. Here, I'll show you in a second. We've connected the Easy Builder and the EasyB Pi server. So we've turned the Pi into an EasyB, and then we're going to connect and control these servos. So let's see if it works. We just had to make a connection cable to make that happen. Jeremy said he was answering questions, but I think he's slacking off. Okay, so we gave 11 volts on our power supply there. So this should... When I scan, I don't need to like select the servos that I'm scanning, do I? Do I actually have to say like V1, V2, etc.? Let's find out. According to this, we do have a servo on V1. So I have to go into here and say enable and say AX12 for V1. And then go add servo. We'll just add a horizontal servo control. And set this for V1. Oh, there we go.
It's alive!
It's alive! Yeah, so that's why I couldn't find him, because I didn't have it set up. Okay, so this is pretty cool. We're controlling these Dynamixel servos through the UART of the Raspberry Pi. So if we had a Raspberry Pi attached to the back and we had it powered by a battery, and we had a camera connected to this thing, it would be fully self-contained on its own. So we actually do have a project though, which we made before. I don't know if I have it on this computer. Let me disconnect here. Let me see if I can find it. Open. Oh, no, of course I don't have it. But I do have it on the cloud, I believe. So let's go to My Files. And Bioloid, here it is. Nice. Let's save it locally here. So we have a copy of it. Bioloid. Alright, so we don't have a camera, so I'll just remove this for the time being. Actually, no, let's keep it, because we put a camera on it later. Okay, so if we connect to... Oh yeah, we don't have an EasyB V4 either, so I can't even use this. Okay, I guess all we're going to use is the auto positioner. So let's connect to the Raspberry Pi server. Here it is here. Click connect. And I'll click the stop button. There we go. The robot just moved into its position. And I created something called Sloppy Dance. I have no idea what that is, but let's find out. There we go. Cool. So this is all running on the Pi right now. Isn't that great? So everything's running on the Pi. Like Easy Builder's running on the Pi, and the Pi is an EasyB server. It's super, super awesome. And don't worry about this thing. This is just my video capture so that we can see what's coming out of the Pi. But everything's connected to this. I guess you could do this on a Pi Zero too, right? Pi Zero is kind of slow, but...
I don't know if the Pi Zero has a UART port.
Oh, it doesn't have a UART port? It has, if a Pi Zero doesn't have a UART, it does have a USB though. So you can connect a USB UART adapter. As long as it does 1 megabit, and you should be fine.
Oh, looks like it does.
It does, right? The Pi Zero does? Cool. Yeah, this is super, super awesome. So, that's what I came online to create this video for. So just a recap while this thing's dancing around here. So we connected the Dynamixel servo, right? Its plus and minus to a barrel jack. And then we connected its signal power, or signal wire of the Dynamixel servo. So I'll write servo here so you know what I'm talking about here. Servo. And this is the pi. So we connected the pi to the TX. Oh. This is TX. This is RX. So we connected those pins together. Alright? And then on the pi, what we did is we installed two different programs. We installed Easy Builder. Alright, Easy Builder. And then we also installed Easy B Pi Server. So the Easy Builder instance is connecting to the Easy B Pi server. And the Easy B Pi server is what communicates to the GPIO on the Pi. Okay, so but technically it's kind of neat, is we can actually have a computer, like say a laptop over here someplace. Okay, here I'll put some keys on it so you can see it's a real laptop. There we go. So we can actually not run Pi on here. We can actually, or Easy Builder, we can actually remove Easy Builder from the Pi and then connect over Wi-Fi and put Easy Builder up here. Stop falling over. Keep knocking him over. Easy Builder. Right? So you could do it two ways. You don't have to run the actual Easy Builder on the Pi, but it's kind of cool if you do. So that's what we did. So we installed. So we'll go back to what we did though. So we'll leave you with that.
Pedro's asking if you can do inverse kinematics. You can read the angles of the servos.
Yeah, you. Okay, I need food. This is a short session. I said it was going to be under an hour, and it's 7:49. 49 minutes. Quickest life hack ever. Okay, guys. I will see you next week. Next week, we're going to do something more fun. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.